Hi, welcome to Karen's Kitchen, and I know that used to be a toys name, but now we're finally in real life. So today what we're gonna be making is Mandan balls. What you're gonna need for these Mandan balls is equal parts of corn and meat, and just a little bit less of pears. And so there's not a specific recipe on how to do this, just the ingredients on how to make these Mandan balls. 1/2 a cup of this parched corn, 1/2 a cup of the dried meat, and then 1/4 a cup of these pears. And that should make approximately 3 hen-sized balls of these Mandan balls. So the first step is to dry your meat. We have not freshly killed our buffalo. Let it dry on a scaffold for approximately 2 to 4 days. You can just use store-bought jerky. Pick the corn out from the fields. Let that dry overnight. Boil that corn. Take it out. Leave it out on the scaffold to dry once again overnight. And then they would bring it back in, take a sharp stick, run it down so all the kernels can come off of the corn. Once again, lay down a piece of an old tin out on the scaffold, lay down all the kernels, and dry that for 4 days. So I have one pear for show, and let's cut up that other pear. We're gonna dice this up in the smallest possible version that we can, so it's a lot easier for us when we're grinding it. There was a type of pear called spiked pears in North Dakota. We have a little bit of a sneaking suspicion that this was considered a tree and that they wouldn't have used a lot of it in this type of dish. Instead, more of what they did have, the corn and the meat. All right, I think this is enough. So now here comes the most dreaded part for me, because my upper body strength is nowhere near anybody else's. We're literally gonna grind it all together. So I'm gonna grind it into parts because I'm gonna try to make it a little less difficult on me. We're gonna do the hardest stuff, which is the kernel corn. Let's get 1/2 a cup in there. Shake it on out. Little pretty corns. Toss that in there. And we're gonna grind it until someone cries. Well, after pounding this for many, many days, then you can finally add the meat. And now we shall do the same thing for another many, many days. Put them in there, I just had exactly right. You know what, I like you guys. A little more. Here it is. Now I have my little dish, and I have my little egg, because it said that it was hen-sized eggs, and I like to think a hen is also a chicken, which it is. Now you'll be getting a more refined version of this, but this is just so you guys know how to make your own.
I can't eat it. I literally can't eat it. It's not edible.
No, but it's like it tastes fine once you're past the whole entire fact that you can't chew the corn.